Hello, my friends. John LaRuffa here with another Unbiased unboxing. And in this episode, we're going to take a look at Imperium Legends. So let's see what's inside this box. Okay, everybody, please, again, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, as I'd greatly appreciate it. It makes me happy. So let's take a look at the back here. And regrettably, the back of this box does not have any of the gameplay really shown. They show you 4 cards. I think that's kind of weak. To say the least. I mean, there's a lot of different cards in this game. There's a lot that you can see. If you had it kind of set up, it'd be nice to see it. But, oh well, that's just the deal. All right. Now, on this one, I actually did read the rules and the solo rules prior to, and they are the same regardless of which version you've got, Fantasy or the classic, or sorry, Legends or the Classics. And you can see on this box you have all of the different people that you could play as, with the different groups of people, so to speak, in the game. So you see all that. All right, and as you look at the rule books here, one thing I noticed is that although the rules are pretty straightforward in how they're set up, the challenge is going to be one that no matter what you do, there's only 3 pages of rules right here. It's not a ton of rules. It's the keywords, okay? So that's your 3 pages, and then it goes to endgame and scoring. But the keywords, that's where it's going to drive, the cards are going to drive you to how you're going to play. So once you learn the verbiage, so to speak, of the keywords and the terms, and it tells you how to do the actions you're trying to take, then I'm guessing that you're going to be in better shape. But until then, it is going to be a little confusing. So anyway, that's what you got. Give you a nice quick reference at the end, which is helpful. And then the solo, similar situation. The solo execution seems fairly straightforward in the overview, but you know, I mean, you're looking at it right. Here's the changes to gameplay, how to play. It's 1 page, and then there's some difficulty levels and such. But and there's also campaign mode, which is nice. The reference charts are going to be how you execute the different things in the solo mode. And so it's going to depend on which cards you draw are going to dictate what you do, which I think is kind of cool, but it's just going to be pretty complex. I think you're going to have to play this game for a while before you understand, have a good feel. And that's all right. I love deep games that you can sink your teeth into. No problems there as far as I'm concerned. And then there's your campaign logs. Okay, so component-wise, here we've got the punch boards, so the standard thickness. You've got one of them right there. Here's your other one. The back is the same. And the third one. All right. Standard to maybe slightly thin. You've got this big die here for the solo mode. And then we have our cards. Now, let's take a look at the card quality. Here, we'll fire this one up. So it's a smooth card, no texture, and it's a bit thin. I would definitely recommend sleeving these. They're really thin, and they kind of feel a little fragile, which is unfortunate since this is a card game. They could have thickened them up a little bit. All right, so let's just take a look at some of these decks. So this is the Unrest deck that if you exhaust it, the game ends in a collapse, and that collapse could be detrimental. If you're playing a solo game, you automatically lose. If you're playing with other people, it's the person who has the fewest unrest in their deck. Then you get this King of Kings card, which I take a little issue with because I think there is only one King of Kings, and that is my Lord Jesus Christ, not this chump sitting here looking fat on a throne. But I just have to deal with it. All right, and then you've got other Fame cards here, and there we go. So the artwork is kind of gritty, cartoonesque style, which is fine. The one thing that drew me into this game is that each of the different groups of people have very different decks. I love asymmetric games like this, and so that's cool. So the Utopians, for instance, are going to have a completely different looking deck than some of the other ones. And it's not just the artwork, they're unique cards, and so I'm really looking forward to seeing, you know, how that all kind of plays out. And so notice here, whoops, glad I didn't lunge for that anymore. I would have probably crushed the card, which we don't need that. Pick that up. Put the Sacred Scroll back where it was. Okay, so that was the Utopians, and let's take a look at a different one here, the Olmecs. So you're going to see, obviously, a big difference. They're different parts of the world, and I'm sure the different the different groups are going to play much differently. From the reading of the rule book, I kind of got that feeling. But yeah, you can see this whole theme right here is way different. South America versus maybe the hidden regions of Tibet, where hopefully you find Shangri-La, right? All right, so maybe we'll take a look at one more of these. All right, let's look at the Arthurians deck. Okay, this is the one that, and these guys are, some of these ones in this one are very different. They have quests. For instance, this is the Grail card that, you know, you finish this quest, you trigger the end of the game, where the other ones don't have anything like that. And these have a quest deck completely, not a development deck like the other ones. So you've got a lot of differences here, and I think that's really cool. They were able to find a way to balance the game to have something so different with something like this, where you've got, you know, it's a focus on quests and characters and other things, versus what we saw on the other ones, which was civilization or, you know, building an empire. So I think that's really kind of cool. And then you've got some of these common cards. So this one, for instance, this is a region card deck that will be used for everything. So this is a Fortunate Island, Rainforest, Mountain, Peninsula, Lake, Highland, Sacred Grove, Lowlands, Moor, Plain, Archipelago, Fortified Region, Grassland, another island. Different than the other one. So different regions in this one. You're going to have different uncivilized cards too. So this, actually, I'm not sure this is different. So you got Mining, Jade, Mask, Elders, Espionage, etc. Seems like it could be. I think these common cards are a bit different because I don't see the town one in there, but I do see cities. And yeah, the other one had like towns and stuff. So that's kind of cool. Again, you get some variety there. And then for the civilized, well, let's take a look at the tribute deck, tributes deck. So this looks like these guys are coming in and kind of bowing down and giving you their tribute. So that's kind of cool. And then finally, this other common deck here, which is the civilized one. So this is what you get. And some of these I recognize from the other set, and then some of them are different. So that's what you got, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed this unboxing. I hope that whatever you play in the future, you have a great time doing it. Thanks again for watching. Take it easy.